Welcome back to Causality, and Casuals. With the filthlets.
With the filthlets. Ready to munch on some filth?
Oh. It's so much grosser when someone else says it.
It was really gross when you said it. And I disagree. It was equally gross when I said it. Okay, so Jed and I have a very special...
Well, so the other day I told you
Uh-huh.
about... We do have something special to talk about, but it was inspired by something even stupider.
Okay, I don't know the inspiration, but hit me up.
Or at least I thought it was. Oh, guess not. Do you remember the other day I told you that Alex, a good friend of ours, walked up and for just no reason, didn't think about it, didn't have a plan. It wasn't even all that funny that particular time. I took a full force shot at his nuts with a southpaw. I swung it like a mace and up and under. And he went down because he's a mortal. And I said, I am so sorry. And he looked up at me and said, I was like, no, this time I am. I had no reason to do that.
I forgot about that time.
Normally, I don't care about hurting my friends. I derive a great deal of pleasure from it, as a matter of fact.
Just this one time you decided just to, you know, hit him square in the nuts.
For just no reason.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I was there. I remember this now.
Yeah. Well, basically, Garrison's got a list of,
Top 10 nut shots.
Not worldwide, just for Garrison.
For our personal experiences. Some of Jed's experiences are in here, too. Because I remembered them. Okay, that was our first honorable mention. Jed's just a random punch to,
our buddies.
Alex's nuts.
No, it was, I used a satchel. I swung it around like a mace, and I wasn't even paying a whole lot of attention. I can't believe it hit him.
You weren't not aiming, but I get what you're saying. Dude, these flowers are hard.
I hate them.
Yeah, they're the worst. Okay, Jed asked me to ask him about nut clacking in gym class.
When I was in like the 7th or 8th grade, the way our gym class was, it was weird. It was also the theater, like where like the stage plays and stuff would happen, was in the gym. Lots of places have that.
You gotta go hit the button.
Where? What? I thought I already did. How can I?
I don't know.
I don't know how I do.
So you're saying, in gym class, you had some sort of thing?
Yeah, so, long story short, I jump off of the stage onto the ground, like normal amount of distance, 4 or 5 foot jump, just in a land, and my buddies, they clack together, the two of them. You know, when I come to a stop, they slam into each other.
Oh, that hurts.
And I go down, like, practically unconscious. Like, I just land, and I, like, for a split second, I know something's wrong. Because I hear it, but my body protects me from the initial pain.
Oh, that hurts.
And then I just go down. But no one knows, like, nothing was near me. No one knows, like, there is no indication of what is going on.
I think you need to go 3D up there.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
We forgot.
So that was number 10.
Yeah, that was pretty. It was particularly funny because like you know how people are in middle school. They're like, he's just being over dramatic and stuff. I'm like, kill me, like, make it stop.
I would rather die than ever feel this pain again. Okay. Number 9. Jed, you'll remember this one as Stu's House Mad Nut Attack War of 2016.
You mean the time when someone got tomahawked in the butt by a bladed actual full metal like combat axe? Is that the time we're talking about?
Probably. There were a lot of crazy things that happened at Stu's house, but there was one day where we had some Nerf weapons and some other stuff, and there was no particular moment of nut attacking or sack attacks, as some would call them.
As Garrison almost specifically calls them.
But it was just the montage of like an hour long of pain between 3 or 4 fellas. It was not fun. Stu was not involved, it was just his house. Just to clarify, it was me, Ben, and Jed, and
No, I do remember this. I remember us having to legitimately be like, guys, this has escalated too far. I remember someone saying that after getting hit by a tomahawk, you threw. And we were in a Mexican standoff with what all was there? I had someone was holding like a baseball bat. Someone had a
it was getting dangerous.
It was getting really dangerous. Like people weren't joking anymore. Now keep in mind, we take everything too seriously.
Go to characters.
Like we take everything too seriously when all of us get together. One time, I saw a human being jump through a second-story window just for an advantage in a Nerf gun fight. Not to win it.
That was silly.
I threw him through the window.
That's different. You need to use Slim here. Okay. Number 8 is the tank punch that went wrong. I remember our group used to.
Double-fisted tape punch?
Not in like a sexual way. I guess that could be misconstrued, but just like, you know, somebody spreading their legs too wide and you just kind of like let them know that they were, you know, presenting themselves for a punch in the tank. It usually hurts, but it hurts even more when they slip past the tent and hit the... There's a unique feeling that happens when you get hit in the back of the nuts. Okay.
I'm remembering why I forgot all of this now.
Traumatizing. Okay. The next one is number 7, I believe, and it's pretty specific, and I don't remember everybody that was involved, but it was the time that me and 3 other dudes were wrestling on the couch, and 2 knees fly into multiple nutsacks, and everybody just stopped, except for one guy who didn't get hit in the nutsack, and he's still piling on. He's like, "What's wrong with all of you?" And you're like, bad things happen. I forget who was involved. That one was
to keep clear,
happened though.
When Garrison first moved out of his parents' house when he was 17, he moved into a house with an actual ninja, like someone studying for their black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, a like really serious wrestler. I don't know if I should call him serious. Yeah.
He used to wrestle. He's good at wrestling.
He was for a long time. He just didn't do it anymore at that point. Just a couple of other random martial artists.
We like to fight.
So yeah, and he did too. So like it was a lot of like grappling and actually like really, it wasn't like goofing off. Like we were trying to hurt each other sometimes. And also goofing off. But the thing was, we all took it way too seriously. Like one time I saw a human being pick up an actual metal chair and fling it into another human being.
You were that human being.
I don't remember. That would be a crime.
It hurt. I was the other human being, and Kevin was collateral. It was weird because
someone screamed, "Give him the chair." They were quoting WWE. It turned out I didn't know that. Like
Kevin was winning the fight. And you decided to throw them. You said, "Here, Kevin, here's some help," and then you threw the metal chair at me.
Yeah. So just to be clear on why there are a lot of these involve him fighting or wrestling with people.
Yeah, we just like to fight each other.
And videotape it. And put
we were like 18 to 20, like the prime time fighting age at this time, and we still wrestle some amount, but we've chilled out quite a bit.
Generally, it's only for special occasions, like moving or Tuesdays.
Jed and I have a tradition. We lived in 2 different houses, but we moved 3 times because Jed had to move downstairs. Anytime we
say
move
goodbye
out of a place, everything's moved out. Jed locks the doors, and I always forget. And he turns around, and he punches me square in the chest, and then we go through this 5-minute wrestling sequence. Okay, I gotta get through all of these, so we're gonna keep going.
Are you
full-on fighting? I don't know what you call it.
Dude, last time... Okay, at the last house, you want to call that wrestling, whatever. But at the last house, I say, we should say goodbye to this place the way we started this place. And you hear the door lock, and I turn around just in time to get a full Spartan kick to the chest. And then when my head bounces off the door, you punch me in the face.
I did catch on the last time we moved. It was funny, you locked out Jeff, because he was helping us move, and you're like, "We need to take care of some business." You shut the door on Jeff, and then we, take care of business.
And he could, like, hear, like, something awful happening on the other side.
Okay. Number 6, the simple sack attack. As, this is a maneuver that I believe Ben pulled on me before a date. We were picking up some ladies, and Ben, just did a simple, backhand to my nuts right before the ladies opened the door, and then Ben's standing up with a smug smile, and I'm just crying on the floor.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a great way to start a date.
Ben is very funny like that.
Ben is most of this list. It's either me hitting Ben in the nuts or Ben hitting me in the nuts. Okay, the next one is also Ben. Ben's Nerf axe to the boys. We were having a...
I like how you felt it necessary to come up with titles for these, but like they're all basically been using objects on you. So that's the thing that like, why did you need title?
It helps me remember. Just to kind of like, if I title that event, you could have if you were better at video games.
I know, right? I think about that to myself all the time.
So we're just having a normal Nerf fight, right? And this, I think, was the first time somebody, like Ben, had hit me on the nuts on purpose, because I was like under the assumption that that was just not okay, and it's still not okay.
It's not. I want to be clear. Just because you're fairly desensitized, none of what you were saying is an acceptable form of behavior. That's why I find it funny every time.
I can tell you for a fact that I am not desensitized at all. It still hurts like hell every time.
Desensitized to the behavior, not to the pain. I know.
So Ben's Nerf axe to the boys. We're just having a simple Nerf fight with some swords and guns and stuff like that. And Ben just swings full power into my nuts, and I drop, and I'm like, dude, that's not okay, because this is the first time that we, started this tradition. And,
gosh, dang, it's just, I really need to switch into Bowser.
Bowser kills him in 2 hits. It's much nicer. Okay, so that was a really special moment for me, because that's when we started, hitting each other in the nuts.
Better traditions.
JT Spartan kick. This one's more your story, Jed.
Yeah, well, so JT, when I turned like 17, he started having me come around to college stuff. JT is my oldest brother. Dad, I'm getting the heaves.
You want me to do this?
I'm getting the jeebs.
I can do this bit.
He throws a dodgeball that's in his hand at the back of my head when I'm talking to someone. And I think what he was just trying to it was just kind of establish that I don't know, because I know how my brother thinks. He was not trying to hurt me. My brother forgets that he can throw a dodgeball through a piece of 2x4. It hurts a lot. And I turn around to kick my brother in the chest, or the leg, but he kind of shifts. I don't really remember exactly what happened. All I know is what everyone saw is me have this fit of rage after getting hit in the back of the head by a rubber ball. I turn around and do a full, wind up kick to my brother's nuts. And instead of them being like, oh, he's one of the guys, he can goof off with us, I seemed like a lunatic.
Switching to Bowser.
Come on! You're right.
Yeah.
And the fire is really useful too.
That was a good one.
God, I hate them so much.
They're so... Oh my god. Dude, they almost knocked you off. You gotta just be patient. Gotta get them. Flame them. Nice. Nice. Okay, you're at 2. Be careful.
That's 1 hit.
Is it? Nicely done. So, the next one... Now, how good... I have 2 stories. Beckham gets a number 2 on Ben, and then JT Numchuck equals numb nuts. Which one would you rank higher?
JT's is not that good.
Is it not?
Well, all it was, I was sitting in my brother's room with a whole bunch of people, and I was practicing, I was not even thinking about it. I was spinning the nunchucks in my hand. And they were full metal, metal and wooden nunchucks. They are nothing to goof off with. I really should have been. And my brother was like, yo, be careful that you'll hit someone. I was like, it'll be fine. And I'm in a rolly chair, and my brother kind of spins me around, so that he can be like, dude, for real. And when he spins me around, I'm not paying attention, and I take him out. It's very intentional too. It gets better. So more people. It was just a couple of guys in this room at that moment, but some people we had never met before were coming over, like our parents' friends or something.
Yeah.
So he's like 18 at this time. I'm like 16 at this time. So when obviously my brother, who is much bigger and scarier than me, and like I'm kind of just taking the beating because I'm like, yeah, no, I deserve this. This person who we've met but has never been in our house, is like, they're like, oh yeah, they're all in there, and she's like walking up, and I get thrown out of the room, like bodily slamming to the ground, and then my brother jumps on top of me and starts wailing, just like beating on me, and like we like look up and we're like, oh, what's up, Chanel? Wham, wham. Like, yeah, it was less to do with the actual shot and the results on that one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good story. Okay, my number one is Beckham gets a number 2. Are you okay, my friend? I'll take this away for a second.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, my number 1 is Beckham gets a number 2. Beckham's my dog on Ben. So I hammer fist. Do I need to hit this block? Or no?
Huh?
Do I need to hit this block or no?
No.
So Ben's scraping a fork, and I'm like, hey, buddy, you need to stop. It's hurting my ears. And then he does it intentionally. And then, so I do the correct thing, and I hammer fist him in the nuts. So he's on the ground, I'm on the couch. And after about, 4 or 5 minutes
of
constant
absolute pain,
yeah.
Mind-numbing, because it's an organ. It's an organ, and you hit your friend in the organ.
Right.
No, you had it right.
Yeah, I had it right. So, after the pain, he starts to get up. I say, come here, Beckham, and I don't mean to, but Beckham just tramples right on Ben's nuts, and he's down for another 4 or 5 minutes. And I was then on the ground just laughing for the next, I don't know, as long as he was in pain, I was laughing. All right, that's our top 10.
God, we're goddamn sadists.